Welcome to Rule My Realm. I'm Tim McKay, your host. Welcome to January 9th, 2023. This week, I am going to start by doing a little bit of a recap from last week where I had set off with my fancy new chart of items I wanted to accomplish this week, or this past week. And I got to about here and started getting this stuff done. So I realized I had chomped off way more than I could chew, didn't really assess the amount of effort for each of those items and really contemplate what I needed to do and what I actually should have done. So I've chopped that down a little bit this week, and I was a little bit smarter, and I got a whole bunch of stuff kind of itemized here. A lot of them are smaller things, and then throughout the course of the week it's tapered off so that as the week gets a little bit longer, it won't be as onerous when I get to the end of the week. So things that I was able to accomplish this past week, I think was really good from a planning standpoint. I had a lot of things in the back of my mind I wanted to do. I've been talking about this extra food channel on YouTube I wanted to create. A bunch of other items I wanted to start to work in and get some stuff going. And I realized, you know what? In my last week's video, I talked about this, and I should link that into this description here below, because I'm talking about my discipline. And as an entrepreneur, you need to be disciplined, because if you're not being judicious about how you execute, you're going to do like I did last week and have a lot of mess, and you're not going to get as much stuff done as you wanted, and you're not going to have the results as a result. Ergo, I went through and I decided there's a lot of things I was kind of thinking about doing, and I'm just chopped a bunch of stuff, simplified it, and I think that has helped my mind concentrate a lot better, and I think I've focused a lot more energy on just, I really need to get my SQL Anvil project going, and just get double down and go all in on that and make sure that's flying. So one of the things I was able to do was kind of, I'm doing consulting right now, and that's taking up the bulk of my time, working on SQL Anvil to get that going so it's revenue generating and it's producing, so that the incomes from that can replace future loss of income from not doing consulting. So it's a transition. So as one goes down, the other one picks up, and I want to have at some point in the near future, so hopefully by mid-year, the one will be making more than the other. Then I'm not dependent on any one thing, and I have eggs in multiple baskets. The third thing I want to do, of all the things I want to do, is I want to get back into day trading. And I know how much I want to have a financial target in mind as to what I want to start off with financially to fund that account. So again, that comes down to probably mid-year, where I'll have the funds for that kind of a thing. So, and I think what I'm hoping is that if the consulting is reducing in time commitment by mid-year, potentially, then I'll have the availability to do something else, such as the day trading, and I'll have the financial resources to fund that account, and SQL Anvil will be going, and it'll be fairly automated and just kind of on a growth curve at that point. So that's kind of the strategy at the high level. I think that will work. I think that's going to work out here. So this week, this past week, I started running. One of the goals I did achieve was to set up and start running, as brutal as I thought they would be, some Google ads. Very basic. You set some headlines that it rotates through 3 or 4 of them at a time, and it kind of cherry picks it to kind of show when someone's doing a Google search, a keyword search, what will come up as my ad, and it'll show a link, and then people will click it and come to my site. All right. So one of the cool things about that is I now have some data. I thought it'd be crappy data, but it's actually really good data. I'm learning about the keywords people are searching by, the keywords I've used that I did or didn't think would be, successful. And what's really cool is looking at the click-through rates. So in my past, but any time in the past I've tried to do some ads, I get 0.5 maybe to maximum 3% click-through rate. Well, this ad campaign's been running for just a few days, 4 days I think now. And like yesterday, I was averaging 10% click-through rate. Like that's really, really good. I think this morning here, it's starting off a little bit slower, but the click-through rate's been pretty good here even today. Like I think it was 5% or something like that. So 5.5%. So 2 to 3 times to 4 times of what I usually see of a click-through rate. I'm happy so far. So the next thing I need to do is I'm going to say, okay, well, I'll do what I can to optimize that to a small degree. But when people do land on the site, I need to optimize that experience. I'm really hoping that with the just luck of the draw, that someone will take a chance and make one purchase this week. Just one. That's all I'm hoping for. So to that end, I'm going to be spending this week to optimize the on-page experience when someone hits that web page. What do they experience? And I'm going to tweak the language, the word verbiage, so that it lines more up with the keywords that are popping the most traffic. So I'm hoping that will kind of create that synergy between the pre-site experience to the landed site experience, so that they're like, oh, if I'm looking for backups, database backups, then they see that somewhere initially and they come to the website, right? So then they feel like, oh yeah, I'm at the right place. That's the first win. That'd be the first thing. And so yeah, the click-through rate's been really good. And what I think I want to do is also, I think I should also probably do another, it's been a while, I should do another test buy on my site and make sure it all works. I'm just want to make sure that things, there's one thing I remembered I didn't do yet, so I want to I think I have some dev work there. I need to build some code to do something on that step to close loop it. And in the meantime, if that's not working, I need to kind of have some manual steps. I think I have to send in a confirmation email or something. Can't remember the details. I'm looking into that today and tomorrow. And so that's really wonderful. So I'm looking forward to having this this campaign producing this week. Looking forward to optimizing the on-page experience. And I'm glad that I've whittled down a lot of the stuff here. I've also had a really cool delve into sourcing some leads. So I'll get into that maybe next week. I'll do some science to kind of explore on that. But I had a good couple of times where I was brainstorming last week, and I came up with a couple of really good paths where I can go forward with lead generation. So Google Ads is one thing I want to do for leads, but also and other ad platforms. I got to look at Bing and Facebook ads too. So, but in the meantime, I found some other ways where I think where I could. So I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I want to maybe hire someone to do some outreach, contacting people, maybe inviting them to some webinars, that kind of thing. So I got to find those people. I got to find out where they're hanging out, and I think of a couple of places, and LinkedIn will be some good resources. So I'm going to experiment. I'm going to find out what's going on there. Yeah. So that's my weekly update this week. So I hope that this has been informative for you, and that maybe you're facing some of those same challenges. You're looking at, what do I do? I got some new product. I'm trying to develop it, build it. What are you looking at? How are you doing it differently? Do you have a better idea of lead gen? Do you have a better way of optimizing things? And what kind of stats are you seeing? Are you getting like a 10% click-through rate? Are you getting 1%, 0%? I don't know. I think it's... Anyways, I just want to invite you to like and subscribe as you roll off here. And I look forward to talking to you next week. We'll talk to you later.